one? Yes, Takano's estate. I need to steal one thing from Takano's estate. Or maybe I can talk you into giving me the thing. I hear you have a rare on-trade artifact.
The Cornet of Waves. It is a conch shell, but very important. To receive it is the highest honor. The Queen gave it to me as thanks for my years of service. I was her personal bodyguard when she was a child, you know.
See. I need it, unfortunately.
Of course. Who am I to keep it when Andra herself sends her messenger to collect it? Take it, with my blessing.
It presents you with a large, lustrous conch shell. The surface is inscribed with symbols, and the tip is fitted with a silver mouthpiece. That's what I've been looking for some time ago. I still cannot process how entangled with gods we are. So I am a godlike of Ondra. I am indebted to Berath. I've kicked butt of Rimgrand. I've angered Woodika. I've insulted Magran. I've destroyed creations of Abaddon in the first game. I am hunting Iotas, that's already 7 gods. Oh, and I'm planning to destroy Body of Well, so that's 8. Oh, I'm also gonna anger Galawain.
Excellent time. We're getting consistent readings, and I believe we're ready to try again. That is, if you're up for it.
A cracked dirt-rimed carving dominates the wall. In it, 2 hands rise from curling waves. Sockets, like the one in the hand of the statue outside the temple, have been carved in the hold palms. Both are empty. You notice a rushing, whispering sound coming from your pack. It's the conches, both of them. A sound like a gentle, crashing surf is coming from the shells. As you place one conch, the thunderous, percussive music of stormy sea spills out of the conch. It rises into wordless melody that reminds you of voices heard from underwater. The conch glows. Perhaps it's just a trick of shadows, but the stone hand seems to tighten around it. The other shell slides into place, glowing as brilliantly as a twin. A counterpoint melody rises from it. The carving shudders and something rumbles beneath your feet. You watch as the wall panel sinks into the floor.
Tell me.
Hadu's calf, a shield, large shield. With your exceptional scale armor, that will be good for Pelagina. Here we have Wahai Praga, 2-handed poleaxe. Of course.
I know someone who works in this tower, an Animancer named Joccolo. I'd like to see him if we could.
I don't see why not.
Agrasima. It should not take long. I have not seen him in many years, and I wanted to thank him.
Wouldn't you have told that when we were up there?
Is this a glimmer of sentiment from our Iron Paladin? What, I wonder, could this fellow have done to merit it?
When I was a girl, he visited me in the academy. He was studying godlike. Studying what was in our souls that made us different from other kith.
Oh, apparently we are really good batteries for gods. So in case a god needs a blast of energy from potent souls, they reach to a godlike, killing it and recharging some energy.
He found something in me. Something that resonated like a chime when he held an instrument near me. He said it was like this for all godlike. Different chimes resonating for different types.
Oh, sounds familiar.
Oh, Diverus? Have you had such a test as well?
It's something Berath gave me when I was in the Beyond. She scrutinizes you, trying to determine your meaning. After a pause, she nods and continues.
In any case, he told me it was what was causing my body to change. I begged him to remove it. He refused at first, saying it was impossible. When I told him I would kill myself if he didn't, he said he would try.
It's hard to stand apart, especially when those differences are not easily hidden.
I don't expect you to understand, but I was 12. My body was changing in many ways. Being the only girl, the only godlike girl at the academy, was unbearable.
You don't have to justify anything to me.
Agrasima. Giacomo was not able to remove the chime, but he was able to sever it. When it happened, I blacked out. I did not wake for 2 weeks. The Brotherhood ejected him from the academy for ruining their pet godlike. They assumed I would die. I did not. Over time, I lost most of my feathers. The shape of my nose changed. It was not enough to make me fully Galbandra, but it was enough to keep me from wanting to die. When I looked in a mirror, what I saw was not a godlike. Not something to be paraded around. It was me. Finally, me.
Right. Hi.
Quit solace, sister.
Right fine, you jolly old bampot.
By yous.
I've come to take Engoliero de Espis.
The weapon cannot be allowed out in Aora. Needed to ward it for all time. But I cannot keep it from the undead if I'm not undead myself.
With her Darkosi sword, I can draw Rivan out of her final demise. His pale bone fingers clench a tight grip on the weapon's hilt.
Think you're deserving, do you? But in what way should I trust you now? I cannot well. What are you seeking to learn?
A sure thing.
Thank you.
It could have been a far greater loss without your help. What can I do for you?
We're looking for an Animancer named Giacomo.
Giacomo? Ak, I know him. He has a little laboratory for himself down in the gullet. His specialty is godlike. Claims he can detect them in the womb.
I might have visited him already.
Giacomo rents a room in Ecosi, the Hole, which is that grimy tavern down below. Why he seeks to bury himself, you will have to ask him yourself. Not many Animancers down there, so he should be easy to find, if they haven't stolen all his equipment. Or at Ogori.
Thank you. Let's go back to the cult. Why I cannot be done with this cursed island. He is renting a room. Renting a room? Lurk is here. Okay, fair enough. Maybe you know something about him. Have you seen a man named Giacomo?
Lots of folks come through the hole, fresh face. Have a look around for yourself, yeah?
Okay, then
What you need?
what happened to Giacomo? His room is a mess.
Can't say I know a Giacomo, fresh face, but if you're meaning that guy with all the fancy and a schmancy equipment, bunch of pirates burst in here and dragged him right out.
And you could have mentioned that earlier.
Now, the hole's no high society tea house, but that's still some of the weirdest shit I ever seen go down here. See, the pirates, every one of them was godlike.
Now that's intriguing.
No doubt they hauled him through the Narrows. Heard him hollering the whole way. Poor guy.
Oh no. The body of this moon godlike woman is contorted in a death spasm. Her mouth is open, milky eyes staring, frozen in shock. Dressed in Principi leathers, she appears to have been a pirate. A small, intricate bronze and adra device lies next to her hand, cracked and blackened. Her soul lingers close by. Even without reaching out to it, you can sense her confusion. The captain said to bring him, so you're bringing him. The old man hardly seems like a threat, but you trust the captain's judgment. The Animancer didn't want to go, put up as much of a fight as he could. Nodra said to give him a whack, so you gave him a whack. That shut him up, but carrying the old sack of bones is tiring. You just need to get him on the ship and you can get some rest. You're in Delver's Row, passing through the market when he starts to come to. He's not strong enough to break free. Still, you don't think a wiry old Animancer could squirm so much. Per complanca! Per complanca! He yells out to no one in particular. It's Delver's Row, so no one particular cares. Ahead of you, Nodra's calling out for the old man to shut up. You'll have time enough to plead for mercy from Captain Tatsalt once we get to Dunwich. The deaf Godlikes' twin sister nods to you. You get the message. It's time for the Animancer to go back to sleep. You remove a hand from the old man to grab your club. He's weak, but the squirming is irritating. Wait, what's that odd little thing in his hand? I'll take that if you don't mind. And especially if you do, you'll laugh to yourself as you reach for it. The old man starts to stammer. No, Nodra and Nodra have already knocked the old man out. You move to help carry him, but can't seem to get your arms up. The twins are looking at something on the ground. You've always hated how you can't see their eyes. Captain says not to judge them. After all, would you want to be judged for how you look? Certainly not, Captain. Good point as always, Captain. You follow where their heads are pointing. That's you on the ground, mouth open, eyes open. That weird little device smoldering next to your hand. That can't be right, though. You're here. The twins turn to go. They motion to the others to hurry along. You'll catch up. You just need to figure out how to move your arms.
What is it? What did you see?
Well, a group of godlike pirates took Giacollo to Dunwich.
Madico. Giacollo abducted by godlike pirates? But why? He has always done his best to help my kind.
To make that clear, deaf godlikes usually have their growth over the eyes. So they are good. I'm not sure if they are blind per se, but just the growth that I have in form of a horns, for them it covers their eyes.
Watcher, I have asked much of you already, but if you can find time to go to Dunwich to find this Captain Tatsalt, it would mean a great deal to me. It did not sound as though he was in imminent danger, but I fear what they will do to him.
Are you sure Giacollo didn't have enemies?
Not in the Republics. I can't think of why Godlike, of all kith, would have any reason to take him. Something strange is going on here. Perhaps it has something to do with his research. I am sure we will find out when we find Captain Tatsalt.
I'm sure of that as well.
Silence, please. I'd like to get us underway.
Director Castle's office is nearly unrecognizable through the miling rush of bodies. The chamber is suffocatingly warm, and several of the occupants jostle for a place beside the window. To a one, the people around you are dressed in rich fabrics or else the occasional piece of armor. Few of them look especially pleased to be here. Despite the cacophony that greets you when you arrive, a quiet descends swiftly upon the room upon the barest hand gesture from the man now standing behind the desk. The Cantanike's gaze sweeps across the room, eventually setting on you.
I
I see you have wasted little time in involving yourself, lady. Director Castor, Governor Alvari, you are both here?
Indeed, Your Excellency.
Yes, Your Excellency.
And this is to be your witness?
A moment, Nero. Is that not Pelagina Mesray?
Are you collecting godly cast-offs, Casto?
Do not insult either of us. Pelagina flinches at the perilous words, but sets her jaw and remains silent.
Most esteemed guests, this is the Watcher of Cad Nua.
We were sorry to hear of Cad Nua's fall, lady. How interesting to find you here. You have my sympathies.
I plan to rebuild my stronghold someday. I plan to rebuild my stronghold someday.
Fishing for the necessary contributions, are you?
Let us begin. If the clerks will attend the roll. Albina Carnetto, Duke Remasi Storanzo Miscelona, the Archmage.
Devils take your role, Nero. This isn't the Songretta Ducala. We are all here. Let's get this over with.
They may not be violent, but these fine people are all ruthless in their own way. The roads they took to reach this room are littered with their enemies.
If this goes badly, at least there's enough wealth in this room to cover our funeral expenses several times over.
I like the way you think of.
Very well. Then let me extend my sincerest thanks to our shareholders in attendance.
Shareholders?
Ah, the Songretta Mea Compressa. They have made the largest investments in the company's holdings.
Okay, I hear the word shareholders and I want to bolt out of the room, honestly.
In deference to present company, we will proceed in Edira.
Thank you.
Director Castor, you stand accused of nothing less than gross incompetence, mismanaging of resources, willful deceit, grave charges all. We have examined the evidence available to us. The numbers are not in your favor, Director, but you will have the opportunity to explain yourself. Now, Alvari.
Agrasima, Your Excellency. Esteemed Council, I bear Maestro Casto no ill will. We have always treated one another with great respect, but his time is past. I put it plain, the company is bleeding resources. We have identified numerous sources of Adra, and yet, how much of it ever reaches the Republics? The expedition to Pococahara was but the latest failure. Trained workers and supplies gone, and for nothing.
I was able to restore the Adra vein. It can still be harvested.
You mean to say that the vein was secured in the end?
Yes?
Well, that is... yes, Your Excellency, but...
I don't like her.
A strange argument. We are concerned with results, Alvari. As far as I can see, the expedition was a success.
I have more, Your Excellency. Your coin, lords and ladies. Where has it gone all this while? Not to mines and industry, no. The director has spent the bulk of it on frivolous experiments.
That is absurd. Animancer research has gotten us where we are today.
Precisely.
Enough, Alvari. Watcher, you have had some involvement in these experiments. Do you have anything to add?
The experiments worked. I was there.
Ah, working. Working well enough to invite open attack by the Royal Deadfire Company.
Well, if they're interested...
It truly works. You mean to say that the Animancers have learned how to transport people?
I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that practical. Well, it mostly works. You hear a few dismissive laughs. A quiet wave of grumbling rolls across the chamber.
We have heard much of a Kaiser in recent days. I wonder, Director Castor, just what are your plans for the fabled city?
Kaizo holds an enormous quantity of a luminous Adra. Our research has already yielded results. If we can establish an outpost there, then if we take this opportunity, we can accomplish far more than we initially believed. I could make you rich, lords and ladies, beyond your wildest dreams.
You may be rich in a century or two. Have you that long to wait? Some of you perhaps, but all? Dreams are all Castle has to offer. We have scores of Adra sites mapped to detail. Why not focus our efforts there? Castle risks your fortune on illusions.
That is true. We have mapped these deposits for years. The closer we travel to Ondra's mortar, the denser the deposits. Even Alvari knows this.
You would claim Kaizo?
Why, yes. To support the Animancers and Watchers we will send there.
Even if there is Adra past the mortar, let us grind down the whole of it and be done with the place. Or will the Songreta war against the natives and sea monsters for the next 100 years?
I believe the case before us is quite clear. Alvari, have you anything further to add?
Castle quaked before the desk. He raised his trembling fingers to remove his spectacles, wiping them on his cravat.
My lords, ladies, our enemies will make for Ukaizo in short order. The Valiant Trading Company must be ready. It needs decisive, effective leadership, now more than ever. With the Watcher's aid, we have the opportunity to claim an overwhelming victory. One that will carry us all into the history books.
Oh, excuse me, screw you. I'm not helping you. You want to exploit the land. You want to bar the people who live there entry. If anything, I will get to your quarters at night and I'll you.
Assuming she means to help us.
No, I don't.
We will see, won't we?
You won't.
You have heard all the accusations against you. Castal, any final words?
Everything I do to help the company. You know this. 2 years ago, you entrusted me to establish the luminous Adra trade. I will continue to serve you, dutifully, and to my best ability.
At least he's no threat to anything. He is incompetent, but because of that he's no threat.
I know now that Alvari has hungered after my position for years, just as she will hunt after yours if you allow her to rise. She would cast Margaret off her throne if she could.
Beside you, Alvari smiles. Pelagina, this is Castel's last chance.
Maestras and mestres, I cannot deny that Director Castel has jeopardized the company's interests in the Deadfire. But his ambitions align with those of the Republics. Such ambitions carry risk, but they also bring the potential for your company, for our republics to become the uncontested leaders of the world to come. I am speaking of more than gold, more than prestige. Success will bring the power to shape the future as you imagine it could be. No, as the people in this room cannot yet imagine it could be.
The Kanta raises his brows and tips his head slightly in mute approval. Around the room you spot several of the investors nodding as well.
You inspire much loyalty, Castor. If only it were so amongst your own peers. It is time. Let us put the matter of Castor's dismissal to a vote. All in favor?
Around the room only a scant few hands rise. As the second tick passed, the silence broken only by the dutiful scribbling of the clerics. It becomes clear that the majority favors Castel. Castel keeps his gaze fixed upon the floor, wringing his hands. Nearby, Alvari has gone still with shock. Her mouth parts, gaping wordlessly. She turns a horrified look upon the Kanta.
You have overreached, Alvari. and the Songretta does not take kindly to being called away from our business to indulge your schemes. Sate your ambitions in the living lands. Lueva Alvari, I hereby strip you of your rank and title, and pronounce you exiled from the Valiant Trading Company and the Valiant Republics by order of the Songretta Mea Compressa.
We made ourselves a new enemy.
I believe that brings this meeting to a close. Agressima Watcher.
Director Castol seems to be in a state of some shock. He is still staring at the doors. He turns to you with a startled jerk when you approach.
I must see the shareholders out, but please, let us speak afterwards.
Of course. So I guess I'll wait downstairs. Was this his room? No. Okay, just speak with him. Okay. My bad.
The living lands. Poor Alvari. I cannot stop thinking on it. How easily it might have been my fate. All my achievements gone in an instant. Well, she brought it on herself, didn't she? The members of the Songretta, they are not to be taken lightly.
What's the plan now?
Well, I am still director, and our ambitions have not changed. We move forward. The council wishes for results, so we will give them results. The Royal Deadfire Company will not sit idly by while we claim Ukaizo. If we set out now, they will do everything in their power to stop us. So, we know the threat that the Royal Deadfire Company poses. We must strike first.
Of course.
The Royal Deadfire Company has a primary powder house in the Brass Citadel. The bulk of their powder is stored there, and from there delivered to the greater portion of the ships of the Royal Fleet.
Can I be out of Niketaka, please?
Destroying that powder house would make for a crippling blow against the fleet. Enough to make an occupation of the Deadfire seem little better than a fever dream. Of course, the building is very well defended. You cannot simply walk inside. It might be impossible if the Royal Deadfire Company had not decided to use the Adra formation inside the powder house as a source of illumination. With Alet's machines and your talents, walls are little obstacle.
You'd kill all those people to secure your victory.
Hard choices, Watcher, are what being director is all about. You know the things we've done to get here. I can see no other path forward.
This is monstrous.
It is, and our enemies will do the same given the chance. Please, Watcher, we have come too far to stop now. Ought we to stand aside while other forces take Ukaizo for themselves? Alet waits for you at the spire. I trust you to do what is necessary.
Can we evacuate them first? I'm as quiet as the wind.